guys, welcome to M House. How can I help?
The dice has told us you have deeply problematic parasocial relationships with all of these people.
Okay.
So you're casting makeup artist for your makeup show. So you can see sort of in the back area behind Tiberius and Luke, they have like an equipment cage. So there's a whole bunch of them, but you find one that looks a little weird. It seems to have some sort of specialized software or hardware that's been attached to it to make it more programmable and also more mobile.
I type in strawberry sponge cake smackdown.
You get access to the computer. So you click through, one of the other tabs is a series of DMs between PPPO and D5B. We just did this morning. I can't believe you're already posting about it. This is how we're gonna get caught. I can't believe you're, like, I know you've never robbed anybody before, Sephora, but holy cow, you're supposed to lay low on the goods.
Quickly, I turn around to Burger Chains and I say, I know that you're not going to be able to do this well, but act natural. Sephora is about to be here, and she stole the things.
If Harpco knew that this was an existing problem, they would have to, like, recall all of their cameras. They would probably go bankrupt from this. And I'll be honest, you can't tell them because they'll probably just kill anybody who knows. And guess who knows now? You four. Look, I hate it here. And I hate what this is doing to me and PPPO. I just want PPPO and I to live a better life. And we can't do that while we're here.
You don't have to be held responsible for this. M can be held responsible for this. It seems like the three of us should go back to the warehouse and tamper with those cameras. Time to frame someone.
We return to find our team of heroes, in the van on their way to the warehouse.
You can just say assholes.
Degenerate.
Our team of
I'll dub it
assholes.
in. Team of ne'er-do-wells on their way to the warehouse.
If I can get somewhere behind the scenes and like affect the video in a certain way, I imagine we can immediately tell these people or make it basically flub the same effect happening once or twice while they're watching. Then we'll be able to prove that it was just a fluke, and that, you know, then if we need to, we'll, you know, plant the evidence that it was M that was the one who took the
Well,
makeup.
C4
So talk me through the story from the beginning. What happened in our version?
In our...
So no, Dasha, you got it.
I believe...
Yeah, you got the big brain, Dasha.
Yes, and I'm going to use it now. In our version, M, thirsty for more luxury makeup, was walking by, noticed that the cameras were down, cut through the fence, went in with a bag. No, how would she? It just happened to have a bag on her. Well, she planned it, somehow. The cameras happened to be down. She cut through the fence, she went in, grabbed what she could, and got out before the cameras started back up. It wasn't a big thing, like you said, it was just a technical fluke, and we're going to make that clear with our little bit of vandalism.
Now, here's the thing, all right? Like, I will say that I've been, as a fan of M's, ex-fan, it does suck a little bit that we're gonna frame her, but my thought is that, you know, it was like, what, like a couple hundred credits? What's the currency?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
credits.
it's not like, again, this isn't a situation
Something.
where she exploited an incredibly large vulnerability in the camera system. She just happened to see an opportunity and exploit it. I'm sure they'll be very lenient on her.
Honestly, most streamers, when there's a little bit of controversy, it ups their view counts, and
That's
so
true.
she'll probably bounce back from
sure
this.
she
so.
will.
Now, I'm going to try to put my trust in the two of you because I'm obviously not the smartest one in the group here, but I'm imagining somebody telling me the story you just told me, and I got a lot of questions.
Well, ask him. Let's see if... Let's practice here. Let's do a little back and forth. See if I can answer them.
How did somebody know the system was down?
Vango, do you know how somebody could tell the system was down?
Oh, we don't have a plan, do we? We don't have a plan!
No, yeah, that's a good point, huh?
So
Yeah.
maybe she...
Vango,
Go on.
wait, Vango, would you do some sort of tech roll for me to
Yeah.
be able to come up with a solution?
Basic tech. I'll do that one.
We've always got the dead body
Sevens, that
plan
would
if this
be-
doesn't work out.
Yep, you do.
Okay, so that's 22.
Beautiful, great roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So with a 22, you know that if it's a networked series of security cameras, it's possible to hack into the network and disrupt it that way. And it's super, super, super hard because these are pretty nice cameras, but it's not impossible.
Okay.
So hypothetically, somebody could connect to their network and shut it down that way. You would just have to be like a really exceptional hacker.
All right. Here's the thing. I am the moderator of Jump Trash. If I were to go plant some evidence saying that someone was planning to disrupt the network at a certain time, then it would make sense that someone who's on Jump Trash, such as M, could see that and then try to exploit that. So therefore, it's not that like it's not that she was walking by and just knew it was open. It's that she got a tip from an anonymous user that happens to be on my forum, and that's why she decided to go ahead and make use of
love
it. I think that's fine, and honestly, I mean, I'll just when they're like, "Oh, you know, this person's bad. Let's go find the anonymous person." I'll be like, "Well, they deleted their account or something." I'll make
It's a
something
perfect
up. It'll
out
be
for us because
fine.
at that point we say, well, we've done what you asked. We did your job. Pay us, but we're not interested in pursuing this further. And then we skedaddle.
Yeah.
Burger Chains, being a man of 3 intelligence, pumps his fist and says, "Hell yeah, but this is a terrible plan. This is a bad plan." But you know what?
This is
I'm role playing, so
This is the issue, is that like I have to role play someone who has 10 intelligence, and they probably and I don't think I have 10 intelligence. So what do we do in this situation?
I think, as with all, I think this is actually not a terrible plan. I had no idea what plan you guys were going to come up with to put forth if you went this
Yeah.
option, and this is better than I expected.
Okay.
It's gonna be a matter of selling it. So
Okay,
anything you can fabricate that will support this lie would be beneficial.
Here's what I've got. All right, we're gonna plant 2 pieces of evidence on Jump Trash. The first one, which explains the first night that happened. Okay, the second one saying that tonight at 6 p.m. it'll happen again. At that point, at 6 p.m., we are there. We shut off the video system at that point in time, proving that it was another dedicated attack. All right, and then we have evidence that it was just that, and that someone was coming to take advantage of it. There we have proof, and we can prove it to them on the day of as well.
So did we remember to bring one of those flashy things with us?
So we're not using the flashy thing because we want to save that for when we want to use it when
That's
we're
our
doing
private
heists.
secret.
Okay.
So instead, I'm gonna hack in.
But here's my
I'm
big
gonna-
brain take. We could go back there, ask if we could borrow it. One of us could time it on the outside with your supposed hacking attempt, because we guaranteed know that motherfucker's gonna work. And I know that you're quite the hacker, Lothario, but you know, I'm just trying to make this easy for you.
Well, you know, we've just...
I guess, you know what, we're already on the way. Fuck it.
Just trust me, all right? When have I ever screwed up before?
Vango, I think we could make this even more convincing if we fabricate a motive for M. She's a makeup artist. She wants more makeup and clout, potentially. And she exploited a vulnerability that was publicized on the Jump Trash forums by Anonymous. We're not going to find out who. That's not our business. And we save the day.
Great.
All right.
Now, I do I do worry a little bit if I say that there's going to be another downturn tonight at 6 p.m. that actual robbers will show up.
That would be great.
Um,
How would that not be bad?
would it?
Or how would that be bad?
How would that not be
No,
bad?
how would that be bad? If actual robbers show up, that's just icing on the cake for us. That's hey, that's
You know
proving the
what?
vulnerability was public.
I gotta tell you, I am loving this plan. We'll just plant the evidence of a crime on the server that Vango runs.
Yeah.
A crime with far-reaching implications on a place where we control it, and they can try to subpoena us, but what power do they have over what goes on your internet, right?
This is
Isn't that a
Night
constitutional
City
right?
Burger chains.
And then we
Whenever
rely
okay,
on your
all right.
ability
Hey,
to
everyone,
hack that server.
okay, I'm sorry. Burger, stop the van.
Irk.
Whenever Burger says a word like subpoena, I get worried. So maybe we should rethink our plan.
Do you want to go with the dead body idea? Because I think that was a fine idea. We won't even have to kill anyone.
What did we do?
Literally just go steal a dead body, bring it in, say, hey, here's your guy, and it's done. It's the easiest thing. If you don't want to send a real human to jail, let's steal a body.
I can't.
We can't do this every time. I know this is my idea.
Vango Bango more than anything in his life wants to leave the room right now, but he's in a van on the side of the highway, so he just opens up the door and stands on the side of the highway, just like leaning over the median strip, trying to figure out what the hell. Like he's like,
If you guys
we
don't like
accidentally-
my ideas, that's fine.
We accidentally made a Coen Brothers movie right now.
okay.
Whatever you decide to do, I am prepared to play out. I think your first plan of I think any plan that you go with is gonna live or die by your ability to lie. So
Okay.
there's that.
We just
And-
haven't figured out the ways to or what our lies are.
Yeah,
or
here's-
if we're cool with them.
I will give you bonuses to your attempts if your lies are consistent and if you have any evidence to support them.
Oh, I can't figure out how to.
We have made a hard nut to crack here.
It's not a hard nut to crack.
I did not expect it to be this difficult. I mean, basically you've got some options, but your two big ones are you can tell the truth or you can lie.
Right.
And telling the truth is the easy option, but has consequences, and lying is harder and has different consequences.
I think the problem is that I want to lie while also saving both of these without having any repercussions to the M house, but I also
Think of all that you have to gain, Vango. Muna could gain more prominence in M house with M out of the way. The M could stand for Muna now. I forgot her name. Sephora and Peach Pudding Punch were their names. Sephora and
you
Peach
don't
Pudding
even
Punch.
care about them, Dasha. You couldn't even remember their names. Don't
That
you
was
dare try
Simone,
to
that
use
wasn't
this on
Dasha.
me.
They could have a lucrative career together. Their relationship could be saved. We could get access to some incredible technology, and still we don't have to disappoint Hypo. We don't have to disappoint Edgar. Everything
Hypo
works
will
out.
understand.
This is tough for Vango because he's trusts Dasha just slightly more than he trusts most people. And so I think Vango has finally Vango like pulls himself off of the median and he's like, all right, you're right. This is the only way to grow a brand, I guess. Let's go do it.
Let's do it.
And Burger has burger feelings, but two of his best friends want to do this thing.
Oh my god.
So he's like, well,
Okay. So you
Doing
pull
it.
up to the warehouse, and the van says, "Party on, good fellows," and lets you out of the van.
thanks, Van.
Has Vango planted the evidence on the forums yet?
Yeah, I've popped all
assume-
that onto
yeah.
jump
Alright,
trash.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to keep our story consistent. We're going to do a really good job. Have I gotten a text from Sephora that the makeup has been planted yet?
Yeah, she'll just send you. Yeah, I was gonna say she'd send you a picture, but no, that's too dicey. She just says G2G. Good to go.
That means
that's
good
what
to
that
go.
stands for. Yeah.
All right. I have confirmation. I think we are. Oh boy. Let's do it. Let's get in there. Get paid.
Okay.
Okay.
Do the right
Okay.
thing. For us.
Okay. So you approach, and Edgar, who has been monitoring the security cameras better than they're usually monitored in this place, sees you, and he goes down to meet you, and he says, "Wow, you guys are back so quickly."
What's up, Edmund? I have. So, look, I just found something. It's on a weird part of the jump trash forums. It's normally, I don't check this stuff very much, but it seems like somebody might have planted like a faraway hack to cut down on those video feeds and make them reboot. The best option is for you to put me into the control room so I can try to stop the next attack, which according to this post might be happening tonight.
Okay. And do you like show him the post? Jump trash.
Yeah, I show him
He
the
looks at it
post.
and says, "Okay, dang, you guys are good at your jobs. I didn't totally believe Hypo. I trust Hypo, but it's Hypo. So
Thank you.
yeah, okay,
I appreciate
yeah.
that.
Thank you guys. Excellent. All right. So do you just want to monitor the cameras?
Well, if you just put me where the wires are, I'll take care of the rest of
Okay.
it.
And can you like fix it so it doesn't happen again?
That's the hope, is that if I see it happening in time, then I will be able to figure out how they're doing it, and then I can set up a little security for it to happen afterward. This is Vango slowly slipping into burger chains, and that it's the only way he's ever seen someone be convincing and friendly to a person. But I think this is probably a persuasion check, because I'm doing this just so I can be where I need to be.
It'll be a low check because Edgar trusts you, but go for it.
Aw.
Okay, well, it's good because I have no persuasion help. What is it? It's cool?
Yeah, I believe it. Or persuasion. Yeah, it's cool.
Great. Sorry. Oh, thank God. It's a 9 plus 3, so it's a 12. Still not great.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to give you a bonus because you had the jump trash forum post that you can point to. So he says, okay, yeah, let me show you to the room where everything happens. And he takes you up to like the control room for where all the camera equipment is. And he says, yep, here it is. Just let me know what you need access to.
Yeah, I'll just pop on my agent and just monitor it for right now.
Okay. And I think it's probably later in the evening. It's probably relatively, for the sake of storytelling, it's very close to the time in which the Jump Trash Forum said they would go down.
Great.
So as it approaches the moment that is listed in Jump Trash, what do you do?
So I start to check into the like actual system itself, and basically I'm just gonna do a reboot. I think it's pretty simple, right? Like I'm just doing a hard restart on this system. I'm just opening it up in safe mode or whatever, and just
go ahead and
doing a
give
reboot.
me a tech roll. Again, it'll be pretty easy,
Okay.
but this is more about being stealthy with what you're doing.
Okay, yeah, so this is basic tech,
Yeah.
right? Okay, nice. That would be a 16 plus another 9, so 25.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so even though
You successfully turn it off and turn
I
it on.
successfully click the button.
you successfully convince Edgar that you're doing something different from what you're doing, which is just rebooting the
Well,
system.
Yeah, what I do while that's happening, right as I'm about to turn it off, I go, "Oh no, they're in the mainframe," and then I start tapping really hard on my keyboard and trying to like fight back against the hackers that are just me.
So quick question for internal logic's sake.
Yes.
Can we assume that Edmund is like lower in the totem pole at
Oh yeah.
Harp, and maybe he doesn't want his supervisors to find out they're having this problem?
That you can't make that assumption, but it is fair to say that he's not very high up in
Okay.
in the company. He's not a company man.
Okay.
Yeah, and you get the impression that this warehouse mostly relies on the technology, basically, and therefore are not well funding the human aspect, which would be more effective at capturing these sorts of issues.
Gotcha.
So he hears you say that, and he gets really intense, and he's like, "Yeah, this is happening. This is so exciting. I can't believe we're really doing this." And he sees he sees you typing rapidly, and then he sees all the cameras go down. Like a sweeping wave comes over all the screens as they go down, and he's like, "Oh, this is exactly what happened. And now they're rebooting. Oh my god. I can't believe you guys cracked this. All from a Jump Forum post. Wow."
It's
So-
incredible what people will post online.
That's extremely true.
Disgusting.
Did you catch the person who actually did it? Because I have to have something to take to my boss.
The thing is, we do have a lead, a very strong suspicion, and I think that if you searched this person's premises, you would find the missing makeup. But
Okay.
I'm afraid to tell you who it is because this person is quite popular actually online.
Yeah, that's a great instinct. In fact, don't tell me. We're going to go talk to my boss, and then you can tell him.
Okay.
Oh, I love talking to bosses.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
Yes, it certainly will be. So he's like,
While this is happening, sorry, I'm sitting at the desk still and being like, "Yeah, you guys should go on without me. I have gotta do a lot of coding to fix this problem. I just don't want to have to go up there and have to talk to
That's-
more
oh,
people."
Edgar says, "No, you misunderstand. Harpco representatives want to talk to you.
Okay.
This is not optional."
all of
He
us,
says-
or really could just one of us be a spokesperson for the whole investigative crew?
He
Just to keep
says
things
he'll want to see all three of you, but I guess one of you can talk if you'd like. My boss, his name is Gio. He's a great guy. You're gonna love him.
Yeah.
He sent a car, and the car's waiting for you out front. So just whenever you're ready.
Oh, we can take mine.
Okay. Whatever you want.
I've never said this before in my goddamn life, but I would much prefer to be in Burger Chain's van right now.
And just one quick question there, Edmonton. What is it possible for us to get paid right now before I get in my van? Maybe.
He says, "No. No, I'm afraid Gio's really the one who could cut a check for you."
Gotcha.
Great.
Cool. Well, let's go. Let's go do that.
Let's go do
Yeah.
it.
So when you go back out front to the van, there are two cars waiting. The driver's outside of either one, and he's like, "Yeah, we didn't know if you wanted to take the van or we can escort you, or if you want to just ride in here."
I'm gonna take my van and my boat.
Yeah, nice boat,
Yeah,
man.
see, we really can't leave the boat
Thanks.
here alone. We've got to really take the van and the boat.
That's just basic
Yeah.
maritime law.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, absolutely.
We wouldn't wanna
We'll do
anything
we'll do
wrong.
one in front and one behind.
Sounds great.
Good.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Great.
Are you concerned about our safety because of the hackers? Is that why the escort?
This is not an escort. We were just trying to provide you with the luxury and comfort that we provide for all of our contractors.
I appreciate that so much. It's been so long since my comfort has been considered like that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
happy. Let's go.
right.
Great.
So we're running a little motorcade now?
Yes. Yeah, burger chains, if you wanted to do any sort of, if you wanted to try to like evasive maneuver away from the situation, you certainly could.
Listen, I know I just got this boat, but I have got some lethal weapon ass ideas.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna pitch these. We're driving in the thing.
yeah.
And I'm like, listen, guys, I know this is your kind of mission. This is a smart people mission with computers and hacking and putting on makeup, but I have got some ideas.
Okay, let's
You
hear
know
them.
I love this
Burger-
boat. You know I love this boat. Vango, you're small. You could get back there. You could get to the trailer hitch. You could pull that off.
Okay.
We shake our tail. We slip away from the head.
Oh,
We just pretend this job never happened.
Okay, so Vango at this point in time is on his agent, just going through all the old posts of M and just enjoy, just remembering the good times and think about all the cool makeup tutorials he's watched to help him like get to sleep some nights, and he's like, okay, guys, all we've told them is that I've managed to lie and tell them that the thing's rebooted, but like in a weird way. We don't have to do any more of this. We could just let's do it. You know what? I haven't had any good streaming content today anyway. Let's freaking do it, burger chains. And so I start streaming immediately.
Hang on, you want
Jenna, I am so sorry.
No, I love this. I love it.
Okay, so can you
Do what?
Well, Dasha is, I think, yeah, let Dasha talk for a bit because she hasn't said a goddamn thing through this entire moment.
you want to destroy the vehicles of the second largest security company in Night City and run away after an attack has been done on their warehouse while we were inside it, after we told them how their robbery was committed. That's what you want to do. That's your plan?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Listen, we're in the frying pan now, and they're
We're
moving
not
us
in the
towards the
frying
fire.
pan. Well, listen, if you don't want to throw her under the bus, let's just go tell them it was a hacker. Maybe I don't know who it is after all. We'll be hunted
Okay.
down in the street and shot. It's literally an act of violence on Harpco. That's what you want?
Vango's hand is on the van door back, and he's just listening. He's like, okay, okay. Okay, sorry, I was just getting...
that does sound... Okay, that does sound bad.
Yeah, okay, that was... I'm sorry, I was just getting a little caught up in the heat of the moment.
Amazing.
Me too.
God, I really thought... Go on.
Sometimes we get a little burger Vango thing going on, and we just need to pump the brakes a little bit.
Put your
I-
burger
I
bun
guess- That's
why
back
you're
in
here,
its bun
Dasha.
and let's go.
And
Go.
yeah, okay.
I really thought I was going to be able to bait you into a high-speed car chase, even though that is not at all what I have planned and have nothing, like no plans in that vein. I just thought it would be really funny.
Yeah,
But Dasha's 100% correct. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
That's
okay.
true.
So we're going.
Time to be
fucking
It'll be... Yeah.
So the cars to transport you to the corporate center of Night City, which is just like lots of tall buildings and where it's a very nice, very safe area. All the corporations, the big corps in Night City have headquarters here. And he pulls you, the cars pull you out in front of a nondescript large building. And they get out and they lead you into the building and they lead you into an elevator, and that elevator goes up very, very tall in the building. And it gets out into...
And on each floor, Burger's thinking, okay, I could survive this jump, I could survive this jump, I could survive this jump. Okay, now I'm in sort of in the danger zone. Like, okay, nope, shit. Just looking at its escape plans, getting checked off the list.
The elevator opens, and it's just a single floor. and you can see the floor. It's big, and it's mostly empty. And at the far end of one of the corners, you see some big windows, a couch, a chair, and a table. And there's a man with his back to you staring out the window of this little setup.
That sounds like a thing a good guy would do.
Oh boy.
I have the only movies I've ever watched have the good guys sitting backwards in a chair, not facing us, in a very intense corporate building.
Yeah, this is good.
He gives you a moment to step out so he can be very dramatic. And he turns and faces you, and he says, "Hello. Oh, you must be the three that are helping us out in the warehouse."
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Dasha. Are you Gio?
I'm Gio Rubicone. Please come in. I know our offices are a little Spartan, but this is just sort of this is just the level in which we talk to people and sort of just spend time together, you know?
That's how the work gets done, right?
Yeah. He's got a very stern face. He looks very friendly, but you get an unnerving impression just from seeing him. He's got a very nice, very casual suit on, clearly expensive, but not like very flashy. And he's got a long scar that starts on his neck and then disappears into the collar of his shirt. He hasn't done anything outright hostile, but you still are somewhat unnerved by his presence.
Can I roll human perception just to see if there's anything I can do to get on his good side right off the bat?
Yeah, go for it.
15.
Okay. You get the impression that he's a professional, and he's just here doing a job. He has no emotional stakes in what's happening. He just wants to get to the bottom of this weird thing that happened under Harpco security and close the case and just sort of move on. But he's also very savvy and he's very with it, so you get the impression that just being clear and forthright and succinct is going to be your best bet.
All right. Well, I won't waste your time, Mr.
We know how to do that.
Mr. Rubicone. Let's get right down to business.
Absolutely. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My colleague Vango was...
who wants to sit next to who?
Okay. I'm sitting down here in the middle,
Okay.
and you guys can sit wherever you like.
I've always kind of considered myself your right-hand man, so I'll be
Thank
sitting...
you, Burger Chains. Go ahead and sit down on my right side.
Should I be sitting on your right, or...
You can sit down on my right side.
So it's like stage right
Burger
or
Chains, sit
other
down
right?
right
Because
here
I want
next to me on my right side.
Vango sits on the left side.
If I
of
sit
her
on
so
your
that
left
he's
side,
supposed-
then
he
I'll
needs
look
to
like your
be-
left-hand
Nope, that's my
man.
right side. That's my right.
To him.
Nope. Please. It's an empty chair, Burger Chains. Please sit down. Please sit down in the empty chair, Burger Chains.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Burger Chains.
As soon as the three of you sit down on the couch is sloped in such a way that you just sort of like slide together like Newton's cradle, and it's incredibly uncomfortable. And Gio sits in the empty chair across from you.
Do regret being in the middle. My colleague Vango can explain extremely succinctly and with clarity the hack that was perpetrated against your cameras.
Great. As soon as he sits down, you get an overwhelming feeling that you are suddenly in a boss battle. Because you are. You each have 3 lives. Every time you fail at telling an untruth, you lose a life.
Okay.
And if one of you loses all your lives, it becomes much harder to lie to Gio.
Ooh. Oh,
So
great.
as long as you all have 1 life, basically, it'll be as difficult to lie to him as it has been. But if one of
Okay.
you tells too many lies and is caught out, basically, it will become harder. And if you all lose all of your lies before you tell him, then he will know that you're lying, and there will be repercussions. Does that all make
Okay.
sense?
That does.
Okay.
I'm guessing all of these are persuasion checks.
Yes, they will all be persuasion checks. You can get bonuses for being consistent and for having evidence and for just, So you get, if you can weave truths into this, that will lessen the number of lies you have to tell, basically.
God. Oh, great. This is good. This is good.
This is very
I've been
good.
able to do a lot up until this point. In which case, okay, Joey or whatever. So we had
Gio.
basically. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. The thing is that on this Jump Trash forum, there was a guy His name's X7 Balls Boy 7X. And he's here's the thing, he's been a real jerk on this, and he keeps making different burner accounts. And he posted that he was going to hack into the system last night, and then he mentioned the same thing, that he was going to do it again today, which we obviously just saw happened.
Yes, Edgar told me.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so I assume you like show him the post.
Yeah, show him the posts.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll.
So that is a -9 plus 3. So that would be a -5. But I'm pretty sure the lowest you could go is a 1, so it's still
Yeah.
just a 1.
Yeah, 1 is the lowest
Yeah.
you can go, despite your best
Yeah.
attempts. You see Gio kind of like, he squints his eyes at you a little and he says, "Interesting. Based on what Edgar told me, it seems like you just rebooted the computers while you were there."
Well,
You lose 1 life.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't say anything after that. I just clam up immediately.
He turns to the other two and he says, Tell me more about how your investigation went."
Well, so from Dasha's perspective, we have to do this now. We immediately, of course, suspected, because it was a large stock of makeup and because some luxury brands were stolen, that it was probably somebody involved in the makeup industry. And we got a tip, an anonymous tip, to go to M House and investigate there, which is what we did.
Interesting.
And
That's a truth.
that
yeah.
is the truth.
Yeah.
At M House, we found a house in Discord where none of in Discord. The house functions on drama, Mr. Fuck Rubiconi.
Mr. Fuck.
No. The house functions on drama. The people there do not get along. I believe that the leader of the house, Emanuela Wong, was the person who broke into the warehouse and took the makeup. And I believe that if you go there now and search the premises of her office, you would find the stolen goods. So I will say, as I roll, that of the things I just said, only one is a lie, and that's that I believe she did it. Because hopefully...
Yes, I'm going to give you a bonus for that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a big bonus since the actual lie you told was very small.
3 plus 7, so that's 10 plus 4, 14.
Okay, with the bonus you get for telling mostly the truth, that is 1 success. So you need only 2 more successes to convince him.
Okay.
Okay.
He says, "Interesting. Can you tell me more about why you believe she did this?"
Yes. I can. Vango Bango is a streamer, and I'm sure he can back me up when I say that.
Don't ask me to say things.
I will just ask you to nod. When I say that streamers are always hungry for more views, they're hungry to make new and exciting content. And I am sure that with this expensive makeup, someone like Emanuela could do exciting looks that would gain her traction online. And there's even the potential that someday she could gain clout from confessing to her crimes.
I see. Okay. So that's another situation in which you didn't technically tell any lie. So there will not be a check. That was very smartly played. Very delicately.
I'm going to continue being quiet because I think Burger Change isn't like fight or flight, and I think that usually just turns to fight for him. So I think he's just like struggling really hard not to like do something physical. He's vibrating
sensing
and
Burger
hoping that
Change's-
nobody notices that.
I'm pressed against you physically, and I sense that tension, and I'm just gonna like pat your knee gently.
And so Geo says, that's interesting. So how are you suggesting that Emmanuel knew about the supposed technical failure?
Well, if it was posted publicly on Jumped Trash, I can only jump to the conclusion that that's where she must have seen it. To be honest, I don't really concern myself with that. You hired me to find a culprit for this crime, and I believe I've done so.
Interesting. Give me a persuasion roll on that. I will also give you bonuses because once again you have managed to not technically lie.
I rolled
which is so good.
7 plus
God.
7, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Beautiful.
Thank God we got a fixer. Seriously.
For real.
shit.
For real.
Oh,
So he nods and says, fair enough. I want to circle back on this technical issue because I know Harpco technology front and back. It is my business after all. It's built a full empire. But I think the people above me even will have more questions about this so-called failure. It is after the thing that we are actually concerned with, the petty theft of some spectacular makeup is its own issue. But our investment is really in making sure the rest of our properties stay as safe as our Bessemer Cosmetics warehouse should be.
If I can speak frankly, sir, I think in that case you should bring in the person who made this post or bring in Emanuela, because we weren't hired to figure out what technical exploit was used in this. We were hired to find out who stole the makeup.
You were hired to figure out what the technical
Well, shit,
well,
okay, let's
exploit
do this.
was. Can you give me any more information about how this happened? I've seen the videotape that Edgar provided you. It is
if I
confusing.
may
Okay.
provide an explanation of how this happened, and what I mean by this is some sort of corporate miscommunication leading to Harpco hiring myself and my associates for the job of an IT company. I think maybe you might have called the wrong number or contacted the wrong person. Because earlier today I broke a glass over my head because I thought it would convince somebody that I was credible. I think maybe the solution to your problem is to let the three of us walk out of this room and talk to your IT administrator.
Amazing gambit. I love it. This is out of
Persuasion
character.
check,
I love
baby.
this. Yeah, is that a persuasion check?
He does have blood running down his face probably still, so, bonus.
Yeah, he definitely has like a smear, right? I assume he hasn't cleaned up.
I live in a van and a boat.
He's a man of two vehicles.
Oh.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna God, is that persuasion though?
Or is that a desperate plea?
I think it is. I think I'll give it to
Okay.
you as a persuasion check.
I'll roll a 10.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, thank fuck.
All right. Give me your actual score,
Yeah,
and don't
hang on,
forget to
here we go.
re-roll your 10 for your critical success.
Okay.
I got so enthusiastic I went out of focus again briefly, but I'm back.
So I only got a 1 for the bonus, but I have so that's 10 plus my cool, which is 9, so that's 19 plus 21, that's 23.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Okay. Congratulations. You have successfully passed the buck.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. The way we passed this boss battle was by being like, please let us leave. You gotta let us leave, please. We are so in over our heads. Please just let us go.
A circus is what this is. Okay, so and Geo there's a long pause where Geo is cocks his head at you, and you can see like raptor-like intelligence turning in behind his eyes where he's considering what you're saying. And after a long, long pause, he says, "Fair enough. We'll send our crew out to pick up this Emanuela and see what she has to say. I have already gathered all of your bank account information, and we'll send the payment on as agreed upon.
Thank you
so much for your participation in this endeavor.
It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Yes, if you ever have free time in the future, is it okay if Harpco reaches out to you?"
Of course.
Excellent. All right. You guys have a good day.
Thank you. You as well, Mr.
As
Rubiconi.
I'm leaving the office, I turn around and say, also, if you want more information on X7 Ballsboy7X, the guy who posted, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to someone at Harpco.
All right. And he stands back up and turns his back to you and looks out the window again, as though resetting.
For the next meeting he has.
Basically, yeah. He's got just like, yeah. You
I'm
pass
trying to
three
stand
more.
up, but my...
You pass 3 more ne'er-do-wells on your way out. Have another meeting with
Wait,
him.
can we do the scene where we try to get up from the couch?
Yes, please do. Describe it
stand
in
up from the
minute
couch.
detail.
I try to stand up from the couch, but my center of balance is clearly off because I'm sagging in towards Dasha, so I just sort of, I fall over a little bit onto Dasha's lap, and then I'm trying to push myself off.
I'm just saying, ow, ow, ow. Please, Burger, don't embarrass me, please. We're so close. Ow.
And then we get out of there.
Then we get out of there.
We pass by the 3 ne'er-do-wells, and it's like that Shaun of the Dead scene where they're the same exact build and type as us, and they're going into the exact same meeting.
Excellent. So you exit the elevator. The cars that were escorting you are no longer there to be seen, and it appears you are free to go about your way.
Guys?
As you pile... Yeah,
Should
go
we
for it.
go warn Emanuela?
I think we should just go to the beach and stay there for a few days.
Yeah, you all get pings that you now have a decent amount of cash has been funded directly to your bank accounts. You do not know how Harpco got that information, but they certainly have it.
Really terrifying. After we go to the beach, I'd like to go to the bank and change my bank account.
Yeah, that'll solve that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to do at the end? Do you want to reach out to M-House or anybody?
I think what happens for Vango is that he just goes back home to his streaming setup, and he immediately subscribes to that. What was the name of the channel that was like the
D5B.
subscription base of D5B? But what was the name of the service?
FamCam.
FamCam. So I think Vango Bango goes back home to his dark streaming space where he moderates, and he logs in and he becomes one of the... He takes the money that he got from from this job, and he just puts it all back and becomes one of the top subscribers to the D5B fan cam. And he just posts a single message, which is, sorry about all this.
Excellent. So a few days after this has happened, Vango, you receive a package in the mail. And when you open it up, inside there is an empty ring box with a note that says, "I owe you." And that's it.
Oh,
Hell yeah!
okay. Nice.
So wait, so we have the device now?
No, you just have an actual ring
Yes.
box.
From the thing
The
that...
proposal!
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
getting
the proposal.
married!
I'm so glad. I am very glad about that, but I also do immediately text Dasha and Burger Chains and say, we got fucking scammed.
It's not like
I thought we were
can't
supposed to
find
get
her.
the ring light thing.
Listen, when we need to, we'll find her again. She owes us now.
That's true.
Okay, I'll leave that up to you, Dasha.
I'm certain she'll appear again.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Excellent. Congratulations, everybody.
We did an adventure!
Oh, do we have... I was going to ask, is there ever like a little moment... Considering she's a pretty popular makeup streamer, do we have any notice of her being hauled away to prison or anything? Emmanuel?
There's no like public announcement of anything that happens, but you do know it's like a couple of weeks pass and like her videos are still being posted as regular, and then they just stop. And nobody in M-House acknowledges it or talks about it. But you notice also that it appears that PPPO and Sephora are no longer a part of the house either. So, question mark as to what's going to happen to M-House and what's happening to all of the members. But everybody's very excited about that drama. Exactly. All of the subscribers are like blowing up. And it's pushing all of the M-House people up to higher subscriber rates than they've ever experienced. So that's something.
A lot of solo channels launching.
Probably.
Any room for Vango Bango in there?
No.
Tune in next time to find out. But no.
No. Spoiler alert, no, absolutely not.